Previously on Scotty Survivor Lost in Time. After a story challenge that led to a tiebreaker sending Zaman to tribal council, the puppet master's antics gave Lauren a fake idol and the whole tribe scrambling to get her out. In a plan devised by Ayal and Nadia, they split the votes 2-2-2, trying to convince Lauren to play the idol on Valen. In the end, Lauren played the idol on Valen, despite it being fake, and Lauren went home 3-0 in the revote. 16 are left. Who will go home tonight?
What's up, guys? I'm coming back from tribal council, and I think it's just about time to remove the Clark Kent glasses and reveal Superman.
Lauren is gone. It actually went incredibly according to plan.
I killed it this week. Alright, I'm sorry. It's not just me, but like, oh my God, I absolutely killed it. Everything went perfect.
I don't know. Wow. Okay. You can tell I'm a little lost for words, but basically, tribal just happened, and I'm safe. But in the way I'm safe, just threw me through a loop. So basically, what happened at tribal was not what I was anticipating at all.
The vote was 2-2-2. Lauren, Valen, Henry. The idol was fake. Not that it mattered, because Lauren ended up playing it for Valen, which is doubly good.
I orchestrated everything from the second she told me that she had it. I planned how to get it off her hands, got it off her hands, even though it was fake. I got it off her hands, and yeah, I'm so thrilled. I'm thrilled.
I'm really surprised that she played it on Valen, actually. I really am. I thought that she didn't have it in her to play it for someone else, and I genuinely respect her for playing the idol on Valen.
Honestly, like, the puppet master, they can call themselves the puppet master because they think they're running the show. I'm the real fucking puppet master. I orchestrated this perfectly.
Like, I knew how it was gonna play out, right? But still, like, I truly feel bad that I had to do this to Lauren. I truly feel bad.
I told Nadia exactly what to tell Lauren. I told Nadia exactly what to tell Valen. Lauren acted the exact way I wanted her to. I was the puppet master. I am the puppet master. I wish I was the puppet master because I wish I had an idol, but I played it better than the puppet master ever could.
Like, me, like, scheming with, like, the fake idol and stuff, that's really just, like, scheming everyone, right? And I wasn't directly doing it to someone. But with this tribal council, like, backstabbing and scheming, like, I honestly genuinely feel bad. Like, oh my God, like, I really wish that Lauren wasn't the one who found my fake idol.
My message to Lauren is, this was not personal at all. You're so much fun to be around. I really appreciated being able to play the game with you. You have so much enthusiasm for the game. You love it so much. I love it too. And I just didn't want to show people how much I loved it because I knew it could create a target on my back. And unfortunately, that's what happened with you.
Lauren, like, if you're seeing this, I really hope that you understand my decision, and that I truly did not mean to scheme you. It was for the good of the group, and it was just going to be the best strategy going forward. I feel bad.
Straight up, I was afraid of you. I was afraid of you. You have connections with other people on other tribes. You did sneaky things behind my back, and I couldn't have that around.
I couldn't trust her. That's all it was. It was nothing personal at all. I just couldn't trust her.
Lauren was the one person who didn't trust me in this tribe, and now she's out. So the real puppet master has come to play. I took off the Clark Kent glasses, and Superman is here for the show.
They all lied to me, but they all did it so that I could be safe. And they all told me afterwards that they were really sorry for doing that to me. And they're all saying, like, we don't know how we can regain your trust.
I genuinely could not wait to tell you that you were never the target and you wanted make her feel super comfortable enough to use it on you, which is exactly what we did.
I'm really glad I'm still in, and I'm really glad to hear that they all still want me, but there's still this, like, you know, I still went through all of that. I really went through the past 2 days believing that they really did think I was, like, the obvious choice of who had to go home on our team. And, I mean, there's also the whole fact that they did technically lie to me for the past 2 days.
I need to.
Oh my god.
I don't want to
MVP.
insult her
I-
intelligence by making you think that this wasn't the plan all along.
It was completely the plan. Absolutely. We were gonna split it no matter
You don't
what.
have no idea how terrible I feel.
Oh my god. I'm just like in shock. Holy
Please don't hate
shit.
me.
No,
I
no,
did
no,
vote
I
for you.
don't,
I did
guys.
vote for you. I meant what I said. I did absolutely vote for
It
you.
didn't make him lie, but I was
Yeah,
lying all
but
over.
it was to get the
I
line
was
out.
absolutely lying.
I'm realizing I don't know how happy I am about what just happened, because, like, they all lied to save me this week. But what it's made me realize is that we were all saying, like, okay, we have to continue winning. This is the dream team. Like, I don't want to go through that shit again. But if we do go again, if we go to travel next week, like, I'm going home. They easily decided not to include me in this plan, like, for a reason.
And we all go back to we are one united Zaman.
We were not losing. No, I am so confident in this chart.
Like, I'm at the bottom of the totem pole, if that makes sense. Like, I'm the next one on the list for them to scheme and get out. They lied to save me, but in doing so and saving me this week, if we go to travel next week, I'm the one going home. They kind of solidified that just by doing what happened.
We're back to a united Zaman. It's the 5 of us now. I don't think the 4-person alliance that we had between me, Henry, Ale, and Nadia to get rid of Lauren's necessary.
The 5 of us, they told me that, like, the alliance was just made for this plan and that it's not a thing anymore, that it's the 5 of us. I do believe them, but I can't help but feel like I need to make some alliance somewhere, because the reason why I was on the chopping block, or I believe I was on the chopping block, was because I hadn't established any real relationships in this first week.
Man,
This
what
is-
a plan.
this is a
Holy
chart.
shit.
I'm sorry.
This is-
Please don't hate
No,
me.
guys, like, seriously, it's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please,
we're
please don't be
getting
upset
this.
now.
We're
We're
getting
getting
anything.
seriously.
Dude, you're...
I'm sorry. I'm
No.
so sorry.
It's okay.
But on
so
that,
The only reason she was lying so hard was to keep you.
No, I get it. Like, I don't feel like you backstabbed it. I just appreciate you guys went through all of that.
so
Keep me in.
In terms of my relationship with Valen, like, I want to reach out to her and say, like, I'm so sorry, like, truly. I just really hope that she understands that we want to keep her in, and that's why we ended up with this decision.
She was in a boat where she really had to, like, betray Lauren and, like, really convince me what the guys were doing and all that stuff. So I don't know. I think for right now, I'm leaning towards talking a lot more with AL.
I was in a position of power. I could have just backstabbed them and went with the girls, but I didn't. So, like, Henry was texting me, AL was texting me saying, like, hey, like, Nadia, you're, like, the MVP. Like, we completely trust you now. Like, thank you for doing that.
I'm loyal to her. She's loyal to me. We're final 2. Like, this is it. This is how we run the game.
Listen, I trust you the most out of anyone in the game. Straight up. Like, I put like the whole thing in your hands because I trust you. And
I told you I got you guys.
we can run the game. The 2 of us can run the game. No one knows about
Final
these 2.
2.
Final 2 right
Final
here.
2 right here.
To the end.
To the end. But then again, they might think that, oh my gosh, like, Nadia's capable of doing this now. She's someone that we gotta watch out for.
I think I was very safe this go round. I got very paranoid towards the end, so I can only imagine what Henry was feeling. But I was very safe. I think the only person as safe, if not safer than me, would be Nadia.
I'm playing the game well. It's tough for sure because of all the lying and scheming that's going on.
The only thing that scares me is the idol. I have no idea where the real idol is. Someone has to have it. I trust Nadia, but I feel like the only logical person to have it is Nadia.
Henry was very nervous tonight. I think if he had the idol, he would have played it, or he probably would have said something. Aol says he doesn't have it. I believe him. I mean, as much as I can, I guess. Fallon would have played it. That only leaves Nadia.
I'm wondering why she isn't telling me that she has it. She's the one person that could have it. But she still has my loyalty.
I don't think any suspicion is on me too right now that I have the real idol. I don't think there's any chance that someone is suspicious of just because they all think I'm too busy. And like I'm busy, but like I also want to play Survivor and I want to play the game.
The only member of the tribe safer than me is Nadia, which means that it would behoove me to get rid of Nadia.
Brandy, Dorit, come on in. Zaman, come on in.
Come on, Saban! You're missing Lauren this time. It's not the same. Justice for Lauren.
Dorit and Brandy getting your first look at the new Zaman tribe. Lauren voted out at the last tribal council. Let's get this challenge started. First, Valen, how are you feeling after one tribal council with your tribe? It seems like you guys have a chant. Are you guys ready for today's challenge?
Okay, we're definitely ready for today's challenge because we're not doing trouble again.
Abby, I gotta ask about this duck that you have here. What is this? What are we looking at?
This is Randy, and that's about all you need to know.
Ricky, what's your reaction to Lauren being voted out?
Well, I mean, I really did not know Lauren at all, so cool.
Are you guys ready to find out what your next immunity challenge is? All right, today's challenge is a Scotty Survivor favorite. It's the scavenger hunt.
Wow!
But first, drop your buffs.
Wait, what?
We are switching tribes. Dorit is no longer, and we are switching into 2 tribes.
Goodbye, Zaman. I just think Brandy loyalty first. I always am loyal to Brandy before anything else.
One at a time, you will come get a buff. Do not open your buff until I tell you to do so.
So we try to disperse as much as we can, and hopefully that will increase our chances of staying together.
This is a present I don't want to open.
Let's see it.
Zaman!
Oh. Junanique on the new Brandy.
Oh, it's like the Christmas I never wanted. Zaman! Let's go, man!
Hell yeah!
Runjin draws Zaman.
Zaman! Yeah, let's get it!
Randy! All right! All right!
With Randy?
Valen's on Brandy.
Come on.
Let's go.
have a list of tasks that you have to complete. Not everybody will be able to do each task. You guys will have up to a maximum of 8 tasks you can complete, and you will be doing these all for points. The tribe with the most points by Sunday at 11 a.m. will be this week's immunity winner. Loser, sorry, somebody will be the 3rd person voted out of Scotty Survivor loss.
In terms of our challenge today, it's the scavenger hunt. We're tasked with like 64 different things to do around campus, basically making a fool of ourselves, but it's definitely exciting.
This challenge also is whack. Like, I hate this.
One thing's for sure, we're winning this challenge though. Like, we've got the scavenger hunt shit in the bag. Like, so many of these, come on. Like, temporarily dye your hair, your tribe's color on it. I have an eyebrow slit. I have like fake piercings. Do you think I won't dye my hair? Bye. We got this in the bag.
Okay, so my class is about to start and I look like this. I'm gonna turn my video on.
Welcome back everybody to kinematics, dynamic systems and control.
That's 3 eggs. That's a juggle, baby.
Yo, I'm going to campus right now because one of my friends has a bagpipe.
I'm about to play a part of a bagpipe, and this counts. So ready?
Right now, I'm shaving the magnesium.
God secured.
Yeah, this is Xavier and Ayal. We're Team Verandi, and we nominate everyone else on Verandi to do the ice bucket
And
challenge.
Shane.
1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
Okay.
First name that popped in my head.
Adios, Santo. You had this coming a long way, and finally, you get to feel my wrath! Adios, Santo! Oh, I'm gonna vote you out next time! I swear I'm gonna vote you out! Ooh. Oh yeah. Look at that. You look like Superman? No, you just look like Super Nerd! You're a nerd, Nadia! Come on! It's all you got!
I decided to do the McDonald's challenge today, and I was trying to figure out which one of the 3, Henry, Ayal, or Valen, that I would choose to kind of go with me because I needed to make the bond. And thank goodness Valen and I ended up on the Google Docs at the same time. So I messaged her and I was like, hey bestie, like, do you want to go to McDonald's? Like, I just felt like that would be such a good bonding experience, just seeing, like, her seeing me kind of just like flop and flip and like fall down everywhere.
Yo, I'm gonna dye my hair. It's not quite magenta or whatever his mom's color is, but it's raspberry, which is close enough.
So I will be dyeing my hair. One of my tasks was to ask the professor if I was would you teach me if I was a worm? Hi, Professor. I have a really quick question before we start class. It's a really it's a really dumb question. But my question is, would you still teach me physics if I was a worm?
Would I still teach you physics if you were a worm? I can see why I wouldn't.
I thought that was crazy. Like my heart was beating like a mile per minute.
It updated. If you look at the sunlight, it looks a lot better. It's a lot more the color I was hoping. And you can see it's a lot more like some magenta-ish. Also, how weird do I look? Oh my god. Hey, mamas.
Hi, so I'm back. Look, I did a little extra braid. And it's not as green as normal, but also, you know, that's because my hair is black. So I'm in full ninja outfit. It's a cold day to not be wearing a jacket, so you're welcome, Scotty Survivor, for committing to this. So, like I said, I'll give you a couple of fun facts about my outfit. One, this is a fan that I got in China, and you see how it has this poem? This is the normal fan, but I have this poem like calligraphied on. So this poem is about my Chinese name, and my name is like Sprout. So the poem is about me being a sprout of the universe. And then another fun fact, you see my shoes, these white shoes. I actually lived at the Southern Shaolin Monastery where they do Kung Fu as like a meditative practice. So we learn Kung Fu every morning. And these are the shoes that like the Kung Fu monks wear. I don't know why they do Kung Fu in them. They're very like flat bottomed. I don't know if that's better or worse for martial arts, but that's what they are.
So I'm a ninja. It doesn't say anywhere that I have to run like a ninja on campus, so I'm not gonna do that.
This is what it looks like. I tied my hair in knots to keep all the spikes up. This is what the back looks like. Okay.
You can't say that.
Say what?
Phrase. You will rue the day. You will rue the. I'm gonna say you'll. You'll rue the. Frick! You'll rue the day. Hey, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Have you ever seen iCarly? You know Neville, right? Neville Papperman? You know, like, you'll rue the day! You know him?
I don't really remember.
Well, you'll rue the day, you know? You'll rue the day. You will rue the day. So, what are your opinions on global warming? Okay. If you, like, if there was, like, one person who you knew was responsible for all of global warming, what would you say to them?
So, like, as in they're the biggest contributor, or they're the sole
They're
cause?
the sole person responsible for all global warming.
Makes it.
Good answer. I would say something like, you will rue the day you ever, like,
Puzzle time. Let's get into it. Oh my god. An hour and a half straight, I'm fucking never looking at Neville's stupid little face again. Ugh.
Carnegie Mellon.
This is Dawn. I'm Natalie Tenorelli.
It is your boy Wendell from Survivor Ghost Island and Survivor Winners at War.
This is Edna from Survivor South Pacific. Wishing the Verandi tribe good luck and saying hi, and also specifically to Ethan.
Get out there and kill it.
I am rooting for you guys. So is Bailey.
What do you have to do?
We have to flash mob today.
We lost the challenge. I am 0% surprised because after talking to Abby, it's clear that her team was so much more organized.
Someone has to go, and I don't want it to be me. So right now the plan, I trust Nadia. I have to. At this point, there's no option.
In terms of Zaman numbers, we're definitely at a disadvantage just because it's just me and Parker, while Verandy has 4.
I was really hoping Abby and I would be on the same tribe. That would make things so much easier, especially if we were to join different alliances and then tell each other about our alliance. It'd be so much easier.
So I'm here with Verandy tribe member Tina.
I'm Zaman.
Oh, okay. Past Verandy first and now on Zaman.
Yeah, so Nadia...
With the cooler buff color.
We just have this struggle of determining how we're going to go about interacting with each other because we are very good friends.
We're both gonna run this game. We're gonna make it to final 2. That's gonna be over for everyone.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know if this girl has a chance at final 2, but...
Damn, okay.
I was kidding.
Damn. Fighting words.
Obviously, we went into this competition with the plan that we were going to pretend that we didn't know each other or pretend that we had a falling out and we don't really talk to each other, just because I feel like at face value, when two people do know each other in this game, then they're kind of seen as a target.
We've been close since freshman year. We've known each other since freshman year. We were all on the club swim team freshman year. Joe left. So I was like, do we want to call this a cross-tribe alliance? And Joe's like, no, let's just keep it on the DL. I don't want to put a target on my back. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
I don't like Joe's vibe. I think he's too aggressive, but he doesn't really show it. But I'm just good at reading people, so I know he's aggressive.
I agree. I can see that.
Yeah. I don't like him. I don't think he is genuine. I want genuine people. Like my good friend Nadia Susanto.
He's too charismatic. He's way too charismatic. He's so dangerous.
Nadia and I talked about alliances a bit. So Joe actually proposed a Verandy alliance with the 4 of us in Zaman. So it was Joe, Haley, Ranjan, and me. So we have an alliance.
Saved because there's 4 people from Old Verandy on New Zaman. So it's me, Tina, Haley, and Joe.
The plan was to split votes between Parker and Nadia, hoping that, I don't know, either one of them maybe had the idol and then the other one would leave.
We did form a little Zaman Verandy alliance on the side, which has been really helpful because I already know Vivian and Ricky are doing something, and I know they're kind of tactical about the way they kind of get people to vote people off.
Ricky could hold a lot of power in this game going forward, and one of the things that we all talked about was how him and Viv seem like they could be kind of a powerhouse of a duo. If they get really far, they seem like they're always on top of everything, They are good at making decisions. I feel like they just have a more powerful aura to them.
Ricky, who has been my closest ally, I would say, but the thing with Ricky is that he's smart. I know that he's smart. I know that he has a plan, and he knows so many people. He's so well connected. So he's the one that I'm most scared of, for sure, out of all my allies.
Vivian comes off as incredibly competent, maybe a little bloodthirsty. Something similar for Ranjan. Ranjan might be a little less competent.
I'm just hoping this Zaman Verandy alliance works out, which I think it will, but I'm just very wary of Ricky and Vivian. We'll see. Might have to vote one of them off.
Nadia was talking about how she could create an everything but Verandy alliance, so the 2 Zaman people and the 2 Dorit people would also form an alliance, and then I can kind of just switch back and forth between the alliances, and then we can I guess overpower the votes in that sense.
Me, Vivian, and Ricky, we all have connections with the Swartz Center of Entrepreneurship. Vivian is a Swartz Fellow, and I'm a current Innovation Scholar, and Ricky was an Innovation Scholar last year.
Nadia and I are in this fellowship together. She's one of the only other people playing this game that I have a connection with.
I have to trust Ricky and Vivian because they need us as much as we need them.
If we want to be competitive,
socially. We, as in anyone who is not from the old Brandy, we have to stick together. Us four, the old Dorit, old Zaman, unlikely foes, but we can also bond over the fact that we've all gone to tribal and stupid Brandys haven't. We need to stick together.
I'm already thinking of alliances I could definitely form. Me and Parker will definitely stay strong, and I think if I pull Ricky and Vivian in, we can make that 4. And if I could pull Tina in as well, that could be our 5, and we could be that core 5 in the group.
I get a text from Viv saying, oh, hey, Nadia, like, reached out to me to, like, make an alliance with us plus Parker. I was like, oh, interesting, cool. And one of the things that I really liked about that is that it was Nadia's suggestion. It wasn't mine or Viv's. And any part where we don't have to claim ownership, even though it's exactly what we want to do, I'm totally down for that.
So my plan for tribal right now is to stick with Nadia, Parker, and Ricky. I just had a feeling I can trust them, and we're trying to pull in Tina. Okay, ready? Now we look legit. Okay. What are y'all thinking? Anyone have?
Do we
want
to do a poll? The problem is we're bringing in Tina. I don't know Tina. I don't know if I can trust Tina. I'm going to have to trust Tina. The only ones to reach out to me individually, besides Nadia setting up this alliance with Vivian, are Joe and Tina.
So I'm worried that Tina is gonna think that she's on the bottom of our 5, which she probably is, but like I don't want her to think that. I hope that I said enough like swirly shit so that she doesn't think that.
I personally just feel like we need to break up Jaylee.
Agreed.
Jaylee.
Yes, Jaylee needs be gone, Jaylee.
Rewind again to when we had our like the challenge was announced after we swapped. Like, you know, it's like past midnight now. It's like Thursday morning, and so like we're like together thinking about like what challenges we want to do. Everyone noticed how close Joe and Haley were sitting next to each other. Everyone noticed. It wasn't just me. I thought it was just me, but then Vivian commented on that. Nadia commented on that. I think Tina Loki commented on that. Like, that was kind of the vibe in the old Brandy.
Joe and Haley are just too close for comfort to each other. You know, they're a block. They're Jaylee, as far as I'm concerned.
Friday, when we were all doing our challenges, and you know, we were doing the flash mob, and we did like the, you know, going through the UC and everything, and just like hanging out and like having a good time. And when we were by the fence, Joe goes into his fanny pack, like, hey Haley, you want a Twix? And I was like, yeah, of course I want a Twix. Yeah, like, can I have it? And he gave me a Twix bar, and I thought literally nothing of it. And apparently, it became this whole ordeal that now everyone is like, uh-oh, the Twix bar, uh-oh, like Joe and Haley.
And I remember Vivian, like, and apparently Nadia also had the same thought, like, are they dating? I can't say this straight. Oh my god. Are they dating? Which is really, really sus. So sus. The reason why is because I know Joe and his actual girlfriend.
Joe and Haley are so tight, which is always, you know, threatening when there's two people that are that close with each other.
We know that Joe and Haley are super close right now. We want to break them up by potentially voting one of them out. We don't really see Ranjan as a threat right now, so I think we should take this opportunity to vote Joe or Haley out.
I'm fine with honestly voting out any of the 3 old Randy at this point. But I think I would push for Haley a bit. I don't want to push right now because I think the rest of us 5 aren't like at the point where we are even sure that it's like like I feel like we could be a tighter 5 first.
I would like to get rid of Joe first, but I know that Ricky, actually again, I don't care that much. I think that like it could be smart to get rid of Joe first, but if Ricky wants to keep him, I don't really have much of an opinion.
We swapped tribes on Wednesday night, which was quite unfortunate. I was not excited about it at all.
Who saw a merge? I mean, what? That was a shocker. 2 votes, two people in, and we had a merge.
Tribe swapped onto a tribe with Xavier, and like I like the kid, but he looks like the type who only uses oregano as a seasoning, and I just don't know how I feel about that. But we'll see how it goes.
We have to say bye-bye, Zaman, and hello, Verandi, baby. Hated you when I was on Zaman, but now green is the way. Green is the way to go. Zaman can just go screw themselves.
It was also about to be extremely awkward because I had brought Randy and Shane said, like, drop your buffs, and I was like, if I put on a tribe that's not Verandi and I have this duck called Randy, it's gonna be real awkward.
I was terrified. If you saw me at like this challenge when he said this, I was shaking. I was literally shaking, and I was telling my tribe mates, like my old Zaman tribe mates, guys, like, I'm screwed. I don't have a good feeling about this. I don't have a good feeling about this. I don't know anyone else on the other tribes except Xavier that no one knows I know.
The only person basically that I knew I was gonna ally with going into the tribe swap was Ethan, because we had just talked about it.
Abby, no question, sticking with her. That's my number one, period.
I like Abby and I love Ethan. Ethan's an amazing human being. I absolutely love him. And Abby's great. There's nothing bad there. I just can't trust them yet.
They all were Jews, so there's that. But I think he's probably going to stick with Henry and try to keep the Zaman strong. Seems like a smart guy. So I'm kind of wary of him.
Lucky for me, Henry and Valen both got put on my tribe, so I got put with the majority of the old Zaman tribe members. And also the old Verandi got split up 4-2, which was big.
I'm happy with my Zaman members that came onto the team with me. I feel comfortable with them. We're already kind of one of the questions, like, who are you going to work with? We're going to work with them too. Us three are kind of, we have a strong bond. And so we're going to stick together, at least for now.
And then I realized that the 3 Dorit were Xavier, Nikhil, and Jude. And I've been talking to Xavier, and he's super close with Nikhil.
Alright, so we're here, me and Xavier, sorry. We're meeting up behind everyone's back and just discussing what's been happening with each of our tribes.
I met with AL today. We had a 30-minute conversation about this game, just telling each other everything. I'm actually really happy with that, because we haven't told anyone. Nobody knows.
Apparently he and AL are friends after doing some Instagram stalking.
I have pretty good evidence that Ayal and Xavier are friends. They're both freshmen. I think they both know Eric from last season. I think Ayal lives with Eric from last season. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna align together, and there's sort of nothing I can do about it.
I am like looking forward to playing the freshman card so hard. Like, I'm so down to say, I'm just a small little freshman. There's no way I'm the one scheming all of this stuff. Like,
I'm so excited to run this game now, because he has 2 other Zaman people. So there's 3 of them, and then Nikhil and I are in the same tribe, so that's 5, and that is the majority.
we could like still keep it secret, but like, dude, I know, like, it could be big. As long as you don't tell anyone about this. No, I would. Yeah, I don't. I swear to God, like, this is the closest, like, this is the best play for us.
Yeah. Xavier told me that him and Nikhil are very ready to join me, Henry, and Valen, and just run our tribe all the way to the merge.
He thinks he can trust them. I don't know, they wouldn't really have a reason to switch, and I can definitely trust Nikhil.
I really like, Ayal and Xavier by my side, and they've kind of made an alliance already of 5, where it's me, Xavier, Ayal, Valen, and Henry. I'm not too sure how I feel about going into an alliance with 3 people from the old Zaman tribe versus only 2 people from our Dorit tribe, but I'm just gonna roll with it for now, and worst case, I'll figure it out later.
I mean, we have majority already.
We have good vibes with Xavier from Dorit. I drove him home after the challenge, and I drove Henry and Ayal too, and we were chatting in the car for a bit, and good vibes.
So after that first day, it was like me and Jude and Ethan who stayed behind, and then I heard that, who was it? So Xavier, Valen, Henry, Ayal all drove home together, which is bad news bears for us, because that's 4 people, and Nikhil is sort of a floater in my mind. So Nikhil could go either way, but if there's already a group of 4 that's formed, Nikhil's probably gonna go with them.
Xavier is somebody who I really want to work with. As I said earlier, he's a lovely person. Only issue is he's aligned with Ayal, and that doesn't work for me right now.
It's sort of an obvious 5 and 3, and I'm in the 3, which is not where I want to be.
I'm really confident in being in alliance with Abby and Ethan. Not really so confident. I mean, I trust Valen.
The person we're wary of from our tribe is Judanique, because of her relationship with Lauren.
For me, I'm thinking I just voted off Lauren, who is Judanique's roommate, who definitely told Judanique, don't trust Ayal, don't trust a word Ayal says, he's a liar. That's not good for me. If someone doesn't trust me, they need to be out of the game now.
I'm realizing that she was telling Judanique a lot of the things that were happening with our tribe. And maybe Lauren didn't know this, but Judanique, it seems, was telling her tribe.
Judanique is somebody I wanted to work with. She was actually a bond I really invested a lot day one. But everyone was off in their little groups. I talked to her a lot, and I'm happy it's coming into play because she's told me already everything about updates about the game. Lauren, she's scared, and if I can capitalize on that fear, she already wants to go anti-Zaman, and all I have to do is push that narrative further and start planting those seeds, and hopefully something can happen from there. I think she and Valen know each other from being a tour guide.
Zaman don't trust. I guess
I
don't know.
I didn't have good vibes from them.
Not at all. Except for Valen. Actually, I trust Valen.
Okay. I haven't spoken to her yet, so she seemed like a very friendly person, and I was like, okay, I want to talk to her day one, but I just never got the chance to. If Valen's on the bottom of them, then my goal and Abby's goal and Judanique's goal has to be to get through to her, to get her at least on our side, or at least temporarily aligned with us.
Could we get Xavier and Valen?
Yeah.
That's true. I don't think Valen was that. I mean, if they voted her last time.
Yeah.
I guess.
Jude's told me and Ethan all this stuff about Dorit's tribal and Zaman's tribal and the puppet master.
The worst thing would be for it to be revealed while going through tribal. So that's why we have to 100% avoid tribal at all.
Oh, 100%. I don't like it because I feel like they're definitely gonna cause paranoia on our side, and
it's really bad.
Which is I don't know. I'm not gonna fall for that.
Yeah, I think.
Once I get their email, I will spam them to the end of this earth. That is my MO in life. Church of Scientology. I signed up this one girl who annoyed me this week. SPCA. She signed me up for Brooks Brothers, and I'm like, you don't want to go there. FEMA is coming to you.
I like that. That's what the puppet master has coming to them.
Just
if you're watching this,
immense trolling.
This is what's gonna happen.
8:10 p.m. On Friday night, and I'm walking to dinner in Oakland, and I'm approaching the Craig and Bayard intersection. For those of you who know, there's there's a Sunoco gas station there, and so as I approach the intersection, I see 2 familiar faces out of a group of 4 across the intersection. Nadia and Tina.
You guys are so fucked. We're literally walking to dinner and we see fucking Ricky and we're so fucked.
Okay. It just so happened that beforehand I was trying to do some Insta stalking to see who these people are that are on my new tribe, because I knew at that point I figured, you know what, we probably could lose this. So I started to look into this. And my understanding, or what it seems, because they never accepted my Insta request, which honestly good for them, because I just stalked them. They both seem to be followed by CMU Psi, which is the business fraternity, the CMU chapter of it. And I know they're both business students. So I'm like, oh, they have cause to know each other. And then I see them together in person with 2 randos.
Now he knows that we know each other.
Our entire plan has just gone to shit. What's our strategy? How do we damage control?
It was nice playing in this game while it lasted.
Oh my fucking... I'm so mad. What are the freaking chances that we see Ricky?
When Nadia finally made eye contact with me, her eyes
were like this.
Uncle Double Mouse, like.
So anyway, so yeah, I walk across the street to them and I look them both in the eye and I say hello. So like they both know I saw them. And more or less I just keep walking.
Okay, we had mutual what we tell we had mutual connections. And
those are our friends. Yeah, we're with 2 people right now.
I was like, you know what, I might as well just tell Viv. But what I find out is that before I even got to tell Viv that like I saw both Nadia and Tina at that intersection, Nadia had told Viv, oh yeah, I had like gotten dinner with Tina and friends, because it turns out we have mutual friends.
Finding out that Ricky basically saw us together, and he definitely exposed us.
Well, he's going to expose us.
Basically. So we did damage control pretty fast.
She did damage control.
Yeah, so basically came up with this plan that I'm gonna text Vivian, and I did text her already, saying that, hey, I'm going to lunch, to dinner with Tina right now, because we found out we have mutual friends, and all 4 of us are gonna go get dinner.
I think they already know each other, and I already saw them together. You know, it raises questions like, how close are Tina and Nadia? Like Nadia is really trying to like play it like, they like know of each other, like they have mutual friends, but they don't like know each other very well. And so that Nadia trying to pull in Tina is actually going to be harder than it should be, or than I think it actually will be. Because again, they're not friends right now.
I really hope this plan works. I hope Vivian trusts it. I hope Parker trusts it. If not,
we're screwed.
We are basically screwed.
Ricky's scared that Tina and Nadia are actually secret friends because they're both juniors and they're both in AK Psi. And like to me, like if you're in the same grade and you're in the same frat, like there's no way you aren't friends, right? Like isn't that the whole like, I mean I guess AK Psi is a business frat, but still like isn't that the whole thing like with your pledge class and like your bros and your like shouldn't they be close? And both of them have kind of backed up the same story where they like have known of each other, and that just seems a little sus to me.
I think it's me and Viv against Nadia and Tina, and maybe Nadia also is really close to Parker. I mean, I would assume so, because they're the only 2 old Zamans. So, you know, I'm, down if there's a vote, and I'm down to vote with like this group of 5, assuming that Tina's with us.
It really bothers Ricky, and I'm not sure why, but to me, like, if Tina really is close with Nadia, then she's a shoo-in. Like, for sure she'll join our 5-man. And that's fantastic for me. And like maybe it'll be an issue in the future, but I'm just trying to like live through one tribal because I know that I'm on the chopping block, so I'm just trying to live through it.
Gave Joe enough of a push to like let him know that yeah, Tina may not be with you. I saw her with Nadia the other day, so be warned.
Ricky told me that he saw Tina and Nadia hanging out outside of Survivor with 2 other people, like I think it was in Oakland or something. So that leads me to believe that Nadia and Tina are an alliance. Voice crack. Nadia and Tina are an alliance, or potentially. So maybe if they team up, them 3, and they get Ricky and Vivian, that would definitely not be good for us.
Tina and Nadia together, off campus, hanging out, okay? Fine. They're friends, okay? But in the game of Survivor, that's very, very dangerous. The fact that Tina and Nadia are friends, Tina doesn't even talk to us.
So there's supposedly a Verandi alliance on Zaman, but now with this Tina information, we don't actually know if Tina's like in it to win it with us. I noticed that Tina is very frequently online on Discord, but is never messaging any of us or in any of our chats. So although we may think that she's like inactive and not talking to any of us, like she's definitely talking to some people. So who the fuck is she talking to?
The fact that she never talked to any of us from the very beginning of this whole thing, other than when we were at challenges, was such a red flag for all of us. And now, I swear, she's a loose cannon. Like, I don't know what she's doing. She was active all night on Discord, but she would barely respond to me.
What he also says is, I'm very active on Discord. And he says that's sus. First of all, Joe, you need to work on your lying, because I am not active on Discord. When I'm studying for something, I'm studying for it. Like, out of every single person in Brandy, I'm probably the one that talks the least, which is not a good thing, but it's also just goes to show that you are lying. And it's so dumb. That's such a dumb reason to be sus of me.
I'm like trying to play it dumb, like, oh, you know, like, do you know what's going on? Like, I don't know who we're voting for. Like, no one like even knows. Like, you know, I just don't know. And she's like, oh yeah, I don't know. I'm just like cramming for an exam. Likely story.
Ricky just called me and said that, you know, we have the power position. Joe, Haley, and Ranjan would vote with us. And obviously we have our 5. And he said we could flip. And I do not want to flip. I mean, I have never talked to Haley, Joe, or Ranjan. Meanwhile, like, I feel like I'm friends with Nadia. I have talked to Tina. And, like, Parker's such a straightforward guy, straight-shooting guy. Like, I feel like I can trust him.
If we vote with Joe, well then that's 3 + 2, that's 5, that's enough. Then someone that they want is out. And so Viv is smart. She sees that it's good for both of our games that we're in this position and that we're voting together. And it makes it easier for me because then it's not just like a lone wolf trying to do this, because that's even harder. This is still hard with 2 people, but you know, we have more sway with those numbers.
There's literally 0 reason for me to flip. And this makes me like really suspicious of Ricky, because like, Ricky, I love you if you're watching this, but you have too much power. You're too smart. Like, you have that alliance with Joe, and that's one reason why I want to get rid of him.
Viv proposes a compromise because she still wants to vote with the 5, and honestly, so do I. But we both see that maybe voting out Joe isn't the best for the future, because Joe really is trying to like plead that like, yeah, I'm going to be faithful to you in this tribe. I think in all those conversations, I was like, yeah, I'm grasping for, Viv and I were here grasping for strings when we're not. I actually think Joe is actually out here grasping for strings, as he should. So I popped the question in our 5 chat saying, okay, what if we just get Haley? Because I know people want to break up Jaylee. Just get the Haley out.
I would love to get rid of Joe, because then I would be your closest alliance. I'm not saying that like you're for sure closer to Joe than me, I'm not sure. But if we get rid of Joe, I would be your closest alliance, and then I would feel like I could trust you more.
The moment I vote out Joe, I also lose Fallon. Like that's just any kind of relationship that, whatever you want to call it, I would want that to be an alliance, like more specifically with Valen. But yeah, that's out the window the moment I vote out Joe.
So when Ricky brought up the potential to flip, I said, I don't want to flip, but I'd be willing to vote off Haley instead of Joe, so that you could still have your alliance, so that Ricky could still have his alliance. And I do mean that, but I'm hoping that someone else in our tribe will be adamant that we stick with Joe, and Ricky will have no choice but to go with the flow, and like I will have no choice but to go with the flow, and we'll vote off Joe.
Today, Ricky all of a sudden, you know, talks about how he wants Haley to get out. He's very adamant about it. But then I try to fire back and say that Joe is more of a threat. I think it'd be more beneficial to us as a group.
We're all set on Joe. We're going to vote for Joe. And now we're back to that. We're going to vote for Joe.
Vivian reached out to me talking about how she doesn't like Joe. She essentially just sent me a screenshot of her conversation with Joe, like the whole thing. And it had like some stuff in it that I commend Vivian for sending me. Like, she had the confidence to send it to me because it was pretty compromising stuff in my opinion. Well, at least not really for Vivian, because she said that she was considering voting me out, but then she gave me a disclaimer before saying that she she gave me a disclaimer that she was lying, basically. So Okay, I trust Vivian. I really do. Like, I really hope she has good intentions for Fire Squad because she seems like a really good player.
Super telling that me and Viv and Parker are okay with voting Haley, but because those two are so intent on getting Joe, it's only confirming any suspicion I have that they're working together. And more urgently, that this 5 can mean that if they're at the top and Parker's close enough to them, Viv and I are at the bottom. And without Joe, it's gonna be harder for us to pull in the other Verandies.
I'm so angry. I can't believe Tina would flip. After all that we did together as Verandy, like, she apparently was in a 5-person group chat with Ricky, Vivian, Nadia, and Parker this whole damn time. Trying to convince him to vote for Joe, or I guess it was Nadia and Vivian who didn't like Joe, but like, I can't believe she'd do that. Like, what the fuck? What a fucking snake.
I don't understand, like, how Tina could, like, not take the opportunity to get to know us from day. I saw Survivor as a way to, like, make relationships with the people that you're with, and I know she's with new people now, she's making new relationships, but like, we were put into tribes, like, that was your family. That's all you knew in the beginning.
Ricky told me yesterday that when he didn't like Tina, he was like, I think we should vote for Tina. And I had the good grace to tell her, because she's spell of Verandy blood. And I was like, look, you're on the chopping block, be careful, like, this is what Ricky said, blah, blah, blah. And she goes behind our backs, betrays us, fucks us over, and is on the same side as Ricky and Vivian now? Are you kidding me?
And Tina, like, why? 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 I just don't understand her.
Apparently, Nadia and Tina have been friends for over a year, which Joe and I think Joe and like Parker, or Joe and Ricky had like found screenshots of them together like last year, and like one of them saw them hang out in person with some random people. So apparently they've been friends this whole time. And they've been hanging and they've been in an alliance this whole time. And so she went behind our backs, screwed us all over. Oh my god. I have no words.
Well, I'm done.
And so Joe reached out to Parker and Ricky, because Ricky and Joe are brothers, and Joe and Parker, Joe tried to reason Parker because Parker's apparently all, I love honesty, meh, 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 meh. So clearly Tina isn't fucking honest.
He seems like a pretty honest player from what he messaged me. I can read it here. He said that his favorite virtues are justice and honesty. So pretty just guy, I guess. So I don't know. I guess we can depend on him to be honest there.
So to answer your question, Joe, the last question you asked me about my thoughts, I started to lean towards Haley. The Tina Nadia thing is confusing. I don't like it. I thought I could trust Nadia. Again, I barely know Tina, but I thought I could trust Nadia to an extent. I don't like losing trust in people at all. With that said, Ricky, you gave Joe a lot of info, you know? Like we were one solid front, I thought, and but now we're having this conversation.
So after all the assurances of Fire Squad that we were one team, one fight, after everything, Ricky was a double agent. He was feeding Joe information.
Parker, I feel like this almost benefits you, the fact that like Ricky shared some select information with me. Because
It
again,
can.
like you said, you want to be surrounded by honest people.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Ricky telling me choice information is much less detrimental to like your survival in the game than Tina and Nadia completely lying to your face.
Okay. The first army value is loyalty. I feel some loyalty to the 5-person alliance.
He was trying to get us to vote for Tina. And Joe's a survivor. But we need him out. I mean, it's that simple. And Ricky, I guess Ricky knows that he won't be far behind.
May I also add like why I bothered to like bring Joe into this fold? It's because for the same information that I had that you're just learning, I figured if we had our 5 and Nadia and Tina managed to pick off people one by one, Viv and I are going to be at the bottom. We seriously thought that. I believed it even more because I saw with my own eyes that they were together. Viv was still not willing to believe that they were together.
My final plan was to try to convince Parker to leave the alliance of 5 that they had made. And I did that by sending him a picture of Tina and Nadia hanging out, but for some reason that didn't work. He still trusts them, which is kind of annoying. If he voted for Tina, then Vivian would vote for Tina, and then Ricky would vote for Tina, so kind of all hangs on Parker here, which is kind of annoying.
So it sounds like you guys need me. Like
Yes.
I'm the only choice here. And I hate that. I hate everything about that. Okay.
But okay, so I just want to tell you the difference is that like nobody here has lied to you. I've said I've known Ricky from the beginning. I've told people that he's in my fraternity, and I've been open about it. I have not lied. Ricky has done the same.
I don't even know what to say. I just found out that Ricky and Joe are in the same fraternity. So, let me get this straight. While you two are in the same fraternity, you go around whispering in everyone's ear that Nadia and I are in the same fraternity and have known each other since 2019. Dude, you both are seniors, and I'm pretty sure we both probably met as freshmen and sophomores. So what? That's 2017, 2018? I don't think I've ever met bigger hypocrites than you two.
I almost got in trouble today because I told Parker that I knew that Ricky and Joe knew each other, and then Ricky and Joe told him that they were frat bros, and he comes to me and he's like, "Did you know they were frat bros?" I was like, "Ah, fuck. I definitely knew they were frat bros. I was trying to hide that." But so I was like, Ricky told me they met at a swim meet, which is true. And he might have told me that they're bros, but honestly, I just remember that they met at a swim meet, and Ricky said that they weren't friends.
Honestly, you both were horrible at covering your tracks. I don't know if you intended to, but you were just, it was out and about like a billboard in the middle of a cornfield. I just had to search up your guys' names, and I found it. So honestly, that was Nadia's and my bad for not doing the research, but hypocrites, honest hypocrites.
But now I also know Ricky's a liar, that I can't trust Ricky. That came out of it, and now I know that I can trust Vivian. I really like Vivian. I really do.
Parker calls me on Zoom and is like, "I think you are my closest ally at this point." I'm like, "Thank God." And it's because Joe told him that like Nadia and Tina might be secret friends, and Nadia lied to him about that, so he has a hard time trusting her again. So it took me all of an hour and a half to, I mean, it's kind of cheating, but I made Joe my closest ally, which was fantastic. And I trust Joe. He's very straightforward. He doesn't trust Ricky, and I'm gonna have to do something to kind of save Ricky.
Ricky, you're going down. you better watch your back.
Like, if everyone really overwhelmingly goes for Joe, I'm just gonna go with the flow at that point, because then I'm just gonna look really sus by trying to oppose it.
If Joe leaves, Haley, me, and Tina are all on the chopping block. Like, she just fucked us all over. I'm not supposed to be taken down by someone who can't think strategy. I'm sorry, girl. Girl, did not learn anything in fucking Tepper networking business shit.
Tina, if you're watching this, and in the future, I write your name down on that piece of paper, please forgive me. Like, I've been keeping information from you, and I think maybe that's why you think I haven't been playing this game so hard, but if you watch the other episodes, you can see how hard and how dedicated I am to this game. And so I hope that you respect my decision, no hard feelings, like, we're obviously still best friends, and no matter what. Just a game, like, I just need to do this, like, I need to.
I've been honest about, like, me knowing Ricky, me knowing Valen. I told him that obviously Tina hasn't been honest to him, and he seems like someone who would like honesty.
Parker, you are a stand-up guy. Like, you are so honest, and I love that, but man, Survivor's about lying. It's about backstabbing people. I'm not gonna backstab you, but I will say that I have lied to you many times, including I lied to Parker. I tried to bond with him about how hard it is to lie. Man, I fucking love lying. It's such a thrill. I feel wicked. It's amazing. So, I enjoy lying. Not in my real life, guys. You can be my friends in real life, but I'm talking about in this game that's designed for you to lie and cheat and steal. Like, it's so fun. You never get to do this in real life. This is why I'm playing Survivor. And this is why, like, I don't really understand why Parker's playing Survivor, because he's having such a hard time with lying. It's a little bit hard to play with him because I know if I tell him things, he'll go and tell other people them. So I'm being really careful to tell Parker, like, truths, but, like, truths that are, like, not, like, I'm not telling him the whole truth, basically.
Since I was Joe's only chance, he'll get retribution on me, and I'll be out tonight, you know? I was safe, and now by me having to stick to the truth might have made me a target.
New Zaman tribe, welcome to your first tribal council. For some of y'all, this is your first time attending tribal council. For sure not the best place to be. I'm gonna start with Joe tonight. Joe, this is your first tribal council. Looking at the numbers here, you've got 4 original Burundi members. How are you feeling? Walk me through what you've been thinking.
Pretty bad, not gonna lie. Seems like we had 4, but we really had 3. Pre-existing relationships were found out, but I guess nobody really seems to care.
Haley, Joe says that one person has switched sides. Who has switched sides?
Well, it's pretty obvious that Tina is switching sides tonight. I mean, the rest of us, we bonded really well from the beginning, and Tina just didn't really take the time to come and hang out with us, and I don't know, so in that sense, we're not too surprised about it.
Tina, she's calling you out point blank. What do you think? Where do you think you lie within this huge tribe?
I think Haley is definitely, like, saying everything that's true. I think it's unfortunate because there was a lot of a timing issue for me, especially in the beginning of the season. It wasn't a really great time for me, and I wish, had I gone back and done it over again, I would have definitely done it differently.
Okay, Ricky, my next question's for you. Clearly, there seems to be some pre-existing relationships on this tribe. Walk me through them.
So obviously we have our component tribes that we got swapped from. So myself and Vivian, we came from Dorit. Parker and Nadia came from Old Zaman, and the remaining tribe members came from Old Brandy. So that was something that was very obvious from the start. Moving forward, we've found that maybe some people are closer to other people in the tribe that weren't on their previous tribe than we thought. And I don't know, it's just kind of been changing it's hard for me to keep track of it.
Nadia, are there any pre-existing relationships that give you worry going into tribal council?
Well, I think though, I think it's pretty obvious that there's one couple where
we see them that they're very close together. So that's definitely concerning. Other relationships, though, I think are not as concerning.
Give me a name. Who is the one couple that's super close?
Well, I think from the start of when we swapped tribes, it was pretty obvious that Joe and Haley were pretty closely aligned.
Joe, she's firing at you now. What do you say about that?
I didn't really know that sitting next to somebody during a challenge or giving them a Twix bar means you're really closely aligned. What I do know is that being friends with somebody since 2019 means you're pretty closely aligned, and acting like you don't know each other when you join the game also speaks to that fact. So,
who are you explicitly calling out?
I'm calling out Tina and Nadia.
Tina, what do you have to say about that?
Inevitably, people are going to know each other, whether it be through student organizations or even if you're an OC together with someone. So I'd say that even if you are tied by some common activity, it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, we are the tightest of friends or we know much about each other.
So Vivian, where does this leave you in all of this? There seems to be so many people who are super tight. Do you have similar relationships? What do you think about the tribe?
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of glad I'm like a first year now. Like, I don't have to deal with this. Do we say that we're best buds? Do we say we don't know each other? But it is also hard because as a first year, I truly don't know if people are lying or telling the truth. Like, you can tell me you're like best friends with anyone in this class, and I'll be like, okay, sure. So, yeah, it's in a weird spot where like I'm glad that I don't have that, but at the same time, I have no clue who's telling the truth and who's lying.
Okay, finally, Parker. A lot has happened this past 24 hours. What happens next for this tribe? Where are you guys going next?
Well, I know that we're going to continue as a tribe, that we're going to be one team, one fight. There's none of this sides business, you know. Our primary goal here is to beat Brandy, and that's that. And we're going to do it together.
On that note, seems like you have this veneer of being super united, but there's a lot going on beneath the surface. We're going to give you a few moments to talk with one another. If you have any final things to say, after that, we'll get to the vote.
I'm honest with you this whole time. I was asking, you guys voted for me?
No, not to my knowledge.
Okay. Just wanted you to assuage my fears. Thank you.
So you can use your idol?
That
makes sense.
Yeah, so I can use my idol.
Wait.
I mean, there's no way you'd know that the idol that you gave Lauren was fake if you didn't know who had the real one.
Wait, you gave Lauren the fake idol?
No. Whoa. Hold on. You are calling me a liar, sir.
Aren't you?
No.
So who'd you vote for at the first tribal?
I voted for Valen the first go round. I voted for Lauren the second. I told Valen beforehand that I was going to vote for her. I didn't vote for her.
Did you tell Lauren you were going to vote for her like you told me? Liar.
At no point in this entire game have I lied at any point.
Okay.
And I will not be accused of that shit.
Okay.
Okay. Seems like you've all aired your grievances. With that, Joe, you're up first.
You've been scheming, you exposed us, and you're just bad for this game.
All I'm gonna say is that the snakes will get what's coming for them.
I'll go tally the votes. I have the votes. Before we reveal the votes, if there are any idols or powers that'd like to be played, now is the time to do so.
Yeah, I'd like to play an idol.
Please present it.
Oh, I don't have one. I just like to play one.
Fair enough, Parker. Seeing none, I'll reveal the votes. After the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Joe. Tina. That's one vote Joe, one vote Tina. Joe. 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 Next vote, and third person voted out of Scotty Survivor, Lost in Time. Joe. Joe, please bring me your torch. Joe, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. To the rest of you, congratulations on surviving tribal, but clearly, if the pre-tribal portion is any indication, there's a lot more under the surface to tackle. Best of luck in the next challenge, and good night.
Next time on Scotty Survivor Lost in Time, after an explosive tribal council, people begin to worry about Parker's honesty complex. And how will the identity of the puppet master torment the competitors once again?
I did all I could. I don't really know what else I could have done. I had fun. I made at least one friend that I hope stays after this, but it is what it is. It was fun.